As I said before, pursuit of profits is a wonderful motivator of human behavior. It is neither moral nor amoral, it's just pursuit of profits. The challenge we have as regulators is to try to make sure that that profit incentive is tied to the public interest. And the challenge that we have on this committee is that so often people deny that there's any conflict. That makes our job as regulators tougher. It is particularly difficult in this moment when the Secretary of Education is actively defanging it, and I am extremely proud to come from Illinois, where the efforts that you've led, Mr. Sanders, through your ombudsman and through the Student Loan Bill of Rights, is one of the best programs in the country. Can you just talk a little bit about what challenges you have in this moment with the Trump administration and Secretary DeVos culling back on obligations that are not being done federally that you have to step up and fill?
Absolutely. So, the Office of the Attorney General in Illinois has been active in the student lending space for many years. Will continue to be active going forward. I think that the big change that we've seen is that we don't have a partner on the federal level in protecting students. In many ways, we have an opponent. So instead of sharing information with state attorneys general to determine ways to help borrowers, we have the Department of Education issuing a notice of interpretation saying that states can't enforce their own laws, that they can't access the information that law enforcement needs to determine if there have been violations of our laws. And we have to spend our time fighting against the federal government. So, for example, that notice of interpretation has been discredited by several courts, but it takes our time and effort away from helping student borrowers when we have to fight roadblocks that are thrown up like that.
Would any of the rest of you from the states care to comment on what that hassle means for the burdens borne by students who are in default or former students?
It certainly delays our lawsuit. We also faced delays in getting borrower data from Navient in the context of our discovery in our lawsuit, and we had to go to our judge and ask him to force Navient to turn over the borrower data. The excuse that Navient gave was that the Federal Privacy Act prevented them from turning over the data, but that was not correct legally, and they only made that excuse because of the Department of Education telling them that they could do that.
Thank you.
Time has expired.